do better. You can't get better than that. Yeah, we all do better when we all do better. You can't get better than that. I said we all do better when we all do better. You can't get better than that. We all do better when we all do better. You can't get better than that. We all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. Say we all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. Come on. I said we all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. We all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. We all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. Come on, y'all.
Man, that ain't no crime. And that ain't no crime.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. You mean fantastic. Fuck it. You'll get your ass kicked. Challenge my verbal gymnastics. Shout out to J. Rue the Damager. What's good, y'all?
Hello.
How y'all been? I can't hear
Black
y'all.
and broke. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed.
Ain't nothing changed here. Young gifted and black.
Gangstagrass is here in the house. What's up? I am finally unmuted. And yeah.
Oh, God.
Indeed.
We've actually been on this call for a while, y'all, and he's been muted the whole time talking at us, and we've just been letting him go.
Shout out to Eric Kern getting silly in Philly, and Norm tuning in from Minnesota.
Hey. How are you?
Minneapolis.
We look forward to seeing Minnesota again in the 2022s. No specifics, but you'll be hearing from us, Minnesota.
People in Minnesota somewhere.
Can't wait to get there. Get caught up once again up in Minneapolis. Two X's I've got in Minneapolis.
It's like that old honky tonk song. All my exes live in
Minnesota.
Noli is in the chat on Twitch. What's up, Noli? Always loving to see you here.
Yo.
Yes.
How you doing? You know, I've been working on that song for years, but the alliteration just doesn't match up. I'm working on it. Maybe Dolio and our son can help me out sometime.
He's just trying to come up with more places to have X's.
Dude, you gotta get X's in a different state. You either have to have more X's or you have to ask the X's to move. Just say, I'm sorry, but your state doesn't rhyme, and can you please be in a different state?
I think
you all have to do it, because otherwise you would only have a song about how, like, half of my exes live over here, and
If
half
you
of them
start-
live somewhere else.
if
And
you
it's really
start
hard to keep track of all my
asking-
exes.
You could
Start
call it
asking
hapless in
them-
Minneapolis.
That's nice. But seriously, if you start asking your exes to move
Ooh.
state for you, they're the ones who are going to be writing a song about you.
It's not for me. It's for
Yeah,
the
right,
song.
right.
This for the
Somebody's
art.
gonna be
This
writing a
is all
song
for the
about
art.
you.
Yeah. You don't
Or-
understand.
You end up having a nice little drinking song about you.
Or you can convince them that none of them are your exes, and you can do a bluegrass version of area codes. It's up to you.
Yep.
You.
There's a lot to be said for a bluegrass version of area codes, just period, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Had not weighed that for even a moment.
Or
But
a mashup between the two. So it'd be like, I got hoes in Texas.
Different area codes. I got hoes in Texas that don't have power.
I mean, we kind of already have. We kind of already have a bluegrass version of "Who Let These Hoes in My Room."
Yeah, you're right.
By the way,
Stream, everybody, we're talking about hoes now.
good evening.
we all garden here, everybody. We all avid gardeners.
Where's the kids at?
Yeah, I got sprinklers and
Yep. There's Suze. Suze is popping up. What's up, Suze?
Suze with the blues. How you doing? What's the news, Suze?
Yeah.
What's the news,
There you go.
Suze?
Been a while since we got them reviews.
True. It's true. Suze, you should review this live stream.
uh-oh.
Okay, new idea. You should not
Yes.
not do that.
The worst idea.
Don't do that.
Quiet Horse took 2 naps today.
Well, that's what
wow.
quiet horses do.
I am so jealous.
I remember taking 2 naps once.
Oh
You know,
man.
Funny
One
thing, my
time.
son actually let me have a nap yesterday.
Aw.
Yeah. Although it does sound like Noli Quiet Horse 80. She said that the neighbor's dog attacked my company today. With
That's a big dog.
Or it's just like a really rude dog that was like, "Your company sucks. I'm never. You've just lost a patron. I'm never dining here again." I don't know.
They've sent
So-
some really mean tweets.
Blocked.
So it was either Brian the dog from Family Guy that was verbally abusing the company, or Clifford the dog, who we just found out has rabies and attacked the company.
Damn.
I mean,
Wow.
Clifford,
Yeah.
Clifford wouldn't need
Yeah, I got
rabies
real.
to.
Yeah, Clifford wouldn't need rabies. Clifford is 3 stories tall.
Yeah, just regular ass Clifford can just accidentally attack you.
Yeah, he'd just be excited.
I've always wanted to see a story about how much it costs to feed Clifford.
Wait, is that true? Clifford the red dog is 3
Like-
stories tall?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I remember I
it's-
was a
it's-
Hong Kong Fooey kid.
It's Clifford the big red dog.
Yeah,
Sleeves,
Clifford the
and it's
big red
Clifford the
dog.
big red dog for a reason.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Clifford the medium-sized dog.
You have to distinguish that from Clifford, the regular-sized red dog.
Also a cool cat. Also a cool cat.
Oh,
Not a cat.
And also not a cat.
Not a
Wait a
good-
minute. There was a cartoon called Cool Cat.
Ooh, I
believe
want to
it
know
was.
this. Want to know this show. That's one of my favorite phrases.
Yeah, I remember he wore a hat with a brim
Ma-
on it.
That was the one that he hung out. He was on Heathcliff. Remember
Wait.
Heathcliff had a bunch of homies,
Mhm.
and it was the one with the hat, the real tall ball. They had a John that hung out with him, and a fat dude. They was Heathcliff's people. They like on the Heathcliff episodes, they would have like their own like little shorts, and that was Cool Cat. Yeah, he was on his own joint.
Cool Cat was a whole other cat.
Welcome to Gangstagrass Live, folks.
No,
Welcome
he was
to
a
the
he was a
Gangstagrass
tiger. He kind of
Stream.
looked like a bootleg Tigger, but he had like a tie and like a beret.
oh.
Look this up for you right now.
No, I think he had a scarf and a beret. I'm looking at a picture of the group right now. Man, it's been a long time. This isn't even really my era.
Yeah, I cannot claim Heathcliff cred personally.
Oh, that's okay.
Heathcliff
Yeah,
was
that's
the
what he's talking
dude,
about.
man.
Yeah. That's what
Heathcliff
you're
was
okay.
the
All right.
dude.
I remember who you're talking about now.
He
I
was-
remember who you're talking about now.
Heathcliff
But
was
I'm
the dude.
thinking,
He hung out in the junkyard. He had his own posse.
This is still one of my favorite Hard Times satirical article headlines is Garfield is a poser and Heathcliff is punk as fuck.
Truth though.
Right.
Truth. Heathcliff ain't need nobody. You just
He
be
got
out in the
that-
streets chilling.
He got that little snaggletooth hanging outside
He
his
was,
mouth.
he was effectively a gang leader.
Right. Heathcliff was a feral cat, dude.
Yeah, he was,
He didn't sell out. That's
right.
why.
He wasn't getting pampered and eating
Eating
plates of
lasagna every
lasagna.
day. Yeah, that was not a thing.
He had to go out and shank somebody for some lasagna.
Who was the cat? Who was the cat that wore the purple hat and had the purple vest? Was that Tomcat? Because I know Tomcat is also
Top
Tom
Cat.
and Jerry cat.
That's
Top
Top Cat.
cat.
Top Cat. Top
Yeah.
Cat. Top Cat. Top Cat.
Yeah.
On Black Tribbles a couple years back, we do a March Madness, and so we break down a field of 64 in 1 year. We did top 64 like fictional cats.
Nice.
remember who won.
How would
Who
Top Cat
won?
not be Top
Wait,
Cat?
you don't remember what was like?
I
What's the
don't
final
remember who
four?
won.
What's the
I
final
do
four?
not even
of
remember.
Top
I missed a bunch of it
Cats?
because we were on tour
Yeah.
that March, but it was pretty bonkers.
Now,
we done some,
how
Does
does
it include all cats, like every feline, every cartoon feline, or was it just like
Yeah, it
house
was-
cat type of thing?
no, it was fictional felines.
So
Yeah.
fictional,
so
but
that
not
brought
necessarily
Thundercats
Battle
and
Cat,
stuff in
yeah,
there.
Thundercats were in it. I think Chitara might have won.
Mhm.
I'm almost certain Chitara won.
I gotta say, I'm Bill the Cat, ride or die for life. Bill.
Oh, yeah, Bill the
I mean-
Cat was the dude too.
Yeah.
Real quick, y'all.
Cat forever.
Real quick, y'all. How would a reproduction of West Side Story, but with Heathcliff and Top Cat? You can give me the money now. I know it's a great idea.
I don't know. I haven't heard either one of them sing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Excellent point.
In fact, if that's what Cats the musical was about, it wouldn't have been a flop. Guaranteed.
Yeah, but Cats the musical wasn't a flop. Cats was on
Cats-
Broadway for 4,000
No, you
years.
mean Cats
bro.
the musical,
The
movie.
The
was a
movie,
nightmare,
yeah.
and
The
it
movie
shouldn't
was
have
a
been
It was-
because it was just somebody recorded Cats and put digital costumes on. Have you ever seen Cats on Broadway or like the play?
No, and you guys laughed at me for having seen all of Riverdance, and none of y'all had. And I just want to say that I don't see how
I
that's
didn't
fair.
laugh. I didn't laugh.
No, but you did a very loud
Yo,
face.
A loud face.
I've seen your face. I've seen your face. And I've met multiple members of your family, and they all do the same face. It's true.
I can't help it. We all look alike. It's like,
I gotta
gotta
remember
go to the
that
family.
phrase.
In a loud face.
Anyway, but no, I've never seen Cats on Broadway.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see it on Broadway. I saw it here in Philly, but still, like the idea that somebody was like, "Yo, check this out. I'm gonna write this whole story about a bunch of motherfucking cats, and they just gonna be singing and shit." And somebody else was like, "All right, word."
Mhm.
you have
And
to,
that shit was on stages for decades, bro.
you have to remember how much drugs is involved.
Decades. Bruh, I know the words to a lot of them songs from Cats because my dad was a big fan of musicals and shit. So I got the Cats wax here in the crib, dog.
Wow.
I come home from school, this nigga, memories. all along.
Yeah.
Like, why are you singing about the motherfucking Rum Tum Tugger? You're a grown ass man.
And wasn't like a cliche review of something like better than cats?
Yeah.
That meant it was good.
Right.
You are sitting here singing about Mr. Mistopheles,
Mhm.
the cat. Are you out of your? All right, dog.
Is it?
But I mean, it was cool though. I used to get down with it. Me and my dad singing the Rum Tum Tugger was a curious cat in the kitchen, like a bunch of crazy people.
So is it possible, and I'm not talking about your family specifically, but about, the popularity of cats more broadly, that toxoplasmosis might have something to do with this?
What?
How'd you get me while I was drinking? How'd you get me while I was
You
drinking?
almost got me.
No.
Toxoplasmosis is a disease that's transmitted through cat feces, and it's what gives rise to the crazy cat person trope. Also has the interesting effect. So basically, you start to like manifest more affectionate behavior towards cats, losing your fear of them, even if, so like let's say that a mouse gets infected with toxo, that mouse is going to walk right up to a cat and just try to boop it on the nose.
Yeah,
This is a real thing.
that's what happened with Tom and Jerry.
Yo, how did nobody tell me this before I got my cat? I don't want that.
All you got to do is wash
You already
It
got
all
it, bro.
happened. Yeah, it all happened so suddenly. It's too late for you.
Now, this is the other reason why, and this is absolute true. Every when women are pregnant, it's not a good thing for them to be around cat
Yeah,
feces. And
it's huge.
So every John I knew when she had a cat was like, oh, I'm pregnant. I can't. No, you can't. You gotta clean out the litter box. And listen, my ex-wife had me clean out the litter box till my daughter was like 9. I was like, hold on, you're fine. Nobody's breastfeeding. How am I still cleaning out this goddamn litter box? That's not how this works. No.
It's true, man. I did it too. Toxo is one of those things you don't want to get anywhere near a pregnant person. But yeah. As long as you wash your hands, dude. You wash your hands when he's gone. He's gone. Is he washing his hands now?
He's washing his hands.
Throwing the cat out the window.
Oh, wait a minute. I was supposed to wash my hand.
You were
I
supposed
wasn't
to wash
supposed to
your
just get
hands.
a cat.
You were supposed to wash your hands.
That's so
Toxo.
cute.
Toxo's taking over, man.
Look how
Oh.
cute.
Isn't this like washing my hands? Just
So
having a cat.
Oh, it's not, you know.
Just have him lick your hands, and then that's not how that works either.
Nope. Not.
He's so
Not.
cute.
He's so cute.
He looks really annoyed. He's like, what? Get
Yeah.
off of me?
This could be
Oh, I totally
responsible
woke
for
him
cats
right up.
taking over the internet. Like, we might have stumbled upon something here. There might actually be a visual contagion, toxoplasmosis, which explains all of the lol cats and grumpy cat, and it's possible.
It's God damn, he's cute.
Pretty cute.
Sorry, I'm looking at my cat.
Yeah, I think science says cats are cute. So
That may be it too.
which this is definitely the topic that we plan to talk about tonight. But if anybody wants to ask us any questions in the chat and have us talk about something that you want to talk about, let us know out there.
There's a
It's funny,
question
we
in the
always have
chat.
this agenda of what we're going to talk about, and then it goes completely left. As soon as the mics come on, we're like, "Oh yeah, we're talking about cats now." Wait,
There's actually
wait a minute, that's not
a,
what we discussed.
there's actually a great question in the chat. The question is, the cats that learn to shit on the toilet are the best.
Yes,
Sorry, that cracks me up.
actually, my old cat, she can box. It's like, because she was, she passed away a couple of years ago, right on New Year's Eve, actually. Sorry, I don't want to get teary eyed, but she was old. She was like 20 something years.
Wow.
I'm near in human years. But as she was she had like this accident where she fell all the way down the stairs, and she was kind of getting old and decrepit. So my mother-in-law got a younger cat, like a kitten, basically. But just a little bit bigger than what it was, a kitten. So it seems like just to make that transition easier when she did pass, but she kept going for like another 7 years after that, because she was like, wait a minute, you trying to replace me up in this piece?
Yeah.
Yo, and that's when I was
7
like,
years, that's
oh
awesome.
yeah, Spotty can box, because even though the kitten ended up being like twice her size, she would still be like, yo, I'm still OG around this piece. had the big younger cat just spook to be around her. She'd come around, she was like, meow. Oh, no, my bad. I'm just chilling. I just need to get over here to the water. Okay, I'll wait. I'll be back later.
No, you got this. You got this, OG. It's cool. It's cool. You want something? I'm about to go get one of these mics. You want one? You need one of these? I got you. Don't hurt me.
Oh snap!
So I
$1
see.
million bail for filming the police. What
Yeah,
is this?
Noli threw us a softball in the Twitch chat. Also, shout out to everybody in the Twitch chat for sending those cats all over the place. But yeah, so Noli says $1 million bail for filming the police. Is that a violation of the 8th Amendment or totally fair bail? And again, I feel like that's a
No, it's
softball. Like, it's obviously not
Yeah,
totally
it's way
fair.
fucked up.
I
Are
mean,
we talking about Oklahoma still?
Yeah. Is Oklahoma also getting rid of their mask mandate along with Texas?
I didn't
I don't
see
know.
Oklahoma on that list.
think
I
it's-
want to say like
from what I've seen so far, it's just
Mississippi.
Texas and Mississippi.
Mississippi, right?
Yeah, which
Somebody's-
basically means we just can never go back there, at least not for a really long time.
I
Sorry,
mean, I wasn't
guys.
planning on going to Mississippi anyways.
Yeah.
We
Absolutely.
haven't gone to Mississippi anyway, so I
We,
mean,
well, we had the lake
mean,
house,
I've-
but
I
we're
had the
just
lake
across
house,
the
but-
border.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Just
yeah,
across
we
the
just kind of touched the tip.
Just the tip.
Sorry, phrasing.
Yeah, softball question. Yeah, awful. That's ridiculous, right?
No, it's not Mississippi. It's Las Vegas, or not Oklahoma. We're talking about Las Vegas.
Las
Okay.
Vegas.
You can film anything in
now
Las
wait,
Vegas. How
which
could you
Las
not film
Vegas?
something-
Las Vegas, Nevada, or Las
All right,
Vegas,
this
New
might-
Mexico?
Las Vegas, Mississippi. Gotta watch out, man. Gotta watch out. No. One of our activists named Josh Martinez apparently is dealing with $1 million bail. That is something else.
Yeah,
That does.
that
That is a different
qualifies
thing.
as excessive, I would think.
Yeah.
I'm not a constitutional lawyer, though.
Yeah,
I hope that you know some good ones though.
and also
That's
that
a bit much.
and also
I
that
do,
it's not be against the law to film the police anyway. So I don't know. Should not be arrested for that in the first place.
Right. I feel like it's not just the bail may be a violation of the Eighth Amendment, but the fact that that's a crime is a violation of the First Amendment.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not sure who's in the stream who lives there, but you know, this is why you vote.
Yeah.
So please make sure if you do live there, vote out anybody who decided to sign on that bill. Everybody, vote them
Vote
all
out
out.
everybody.
By the way, let's take a look at another country. Let's look at Italy, who just voted out their what was it? Their parliament because they couldn't agree on a prime minister or something. I forget the details, but this is like the third time in less than 100 years that they've completely reformed their government. It can be done. You can do it locally, but you don't want people that are going to write bills like that in your government. That's gross. That's nasty.
Totally disgusting.
It's gross. It's nasty. Clean up your government, folks. We all got to do it.
That's competing with Georgia. Now, Georgia didn't actually pass this yet, but it passed the Georgia House, and now wants to go to the Georgia Senate. This voter restriction bill.
The thing where you can't give food or water to people waiting in line, which like
Yeah.
incentivizes lines. What was it that I think was it Trevor Noah who said that if they were thinking they would encourage giving water to people standing in line but ban porta potties. It's like, that's the real way to stop people.
Yeah, but I mean, I think if that becomes a law, man, I'm totally down for some like pushing the edges up here and just like go to lines with food and water and be like, I will barter this to you for a song recommendation.
Oh, is this like giving people knives as a gift? Like you're not supposed to give people knives. You're supposed to sell it to them, so like they have to give you a penny back because a knife as a
That's
gift.
what I
is,
would.
like,
That's what I'd be doing. It's just messing with just go
yeah,
to the letter, but not the spirit.
I'm not giving it to them.
Right, yeah.
I'm
Wait,
holding it.
I
for
never
them.
heard about this knives as a gift superstition.
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because like,
No.
who wants to go through that whole thing of like, thanks for some knives.
Yeah.
Let's see if I got some pocket change on me because of superstition.
And people are really focusing on the it's not going to be legal to give food and water to people standing in line to vote thing. But there's another piece of it, which is restricting the hours of drop boxes, which I'm like, what the
And eliminating
Isn't that
Sunday
the whole
voting.
idea of a Dropbox? Is that it sits there and people can drop stuff into it whenever?
Right.
How do you have a Dropbox that like, oh, it's closed after 8 o'clock?
Yeah, what? Huh?
Who's gonna
Right.
close the Dropbox?
Right.
How do you even enforce that? Is gonna be a guy whose job it is to stand there at the Dropbox when it's closed? No, you can't put that in here right now.
They probably go up, take the Dropbox.
Just empty it out.
See now, but that's a beautiful thing because then you're creating a job. So the Dropbox, the problem with that is it's automated, and what you need is a person to punch you in the face if you try to access it and off hours. So it's really a good I'm sorry, I come from New Jersey. We're all about protecting jobs here.
And punch you in the face.
Right, and
I
then they'll
mean-
pump some gas for you.
Hey, speaking of protecting jobs and ridiculousness, did anybody catch CPAC?
No,
I,
can't say
I
I
did see the golden calf. I mean Trump.
They was wilding
You-
on CPAC,
I
dog. I
just-
watched a bunch of that. They was wilding, guys.
I just
Greatest
want to
boy.
say I'm so
Using
grateful.
that the people who supposedly are of the book seem to have not comprehended anything from the book.
Yeah, right. That's
Specifically,
exactly right.
Right,
What's-
yeah,
what's-
they completely missed
Exodus
that part of
chapter
Exodus.
32.
Yes,
What,
exactly.
What's everybody's favorite part? Is it that, or are there other things that are like lesser known highlights that doesn't have to do with the statue?
Ted Cruz trying to do stand up.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah, that was
gosh.
one.
Oh, that was bad.
one.
That was bad.
Oh,
I'm just
wow.
so grateful that they had it in Florida because normally CPAC is down the street from my house, and
Yeah.
I did not need a maskless, angry crowd down the street from my house. And
And-
clearly Florida was down. Although apparently the hotel where they were having the main events did have a mask mandate, and they were very upset about that. And the way they explained it was like, we're in their house. It's like you can make your own rules in your house, and they have these rules, so we need to abide by these rules. And everyone's just like, no. So I mean, most of the people I saw in the pictures from it were not wearing masks or had their masks down around their chin or whatnot.
Hey,
And full disclosure here, I used to work CPAC. I used to work sound at CPAC. I think about
Really?
like 3 different years when I was doing audio video stuff.
I have a question for you. My
Uh-huh.
question is, what was your favorite national anthem out of all of them? Because you were doing sound, so you
Yeah.
probably heard some.
Had to be
Prob-
Annie Up.
Probably the Russian national anthem. It was pretty good.
Right.
It was pretty good.
yeah.
Did they just straight up do the Russian national anthem one year? It's like, we're not going to pretend anymore. So
No, this isn't a conspiracy. Don't let what I'm about to say fuel any conspiracy. But there was always like a Russian catering team. And I know because I it's like, hey, what's up? What are you guys working?
that's probably
And they
just-
didn't understand English.
that's probably just Russian catering teams. I mean,
Right,
that
right.
doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of folks working great catering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the creepiest part was like when the crowd just started chanting "Soropiat, Soropiat, Soropiat, Soropiat."
Okay, now you have to tell us what that means.
It's 45 in Russian.
Thank you. One day, for the Barnstormers, we're going to have Dolio sing the Cyrillic alphabet. So,
Oh my gosh.
gangstagrass.com/Barnstormers.
Not
One
here.
day.
Not for free.
One day. That's
That's
right.
premium content.
That is premium content. That's
Save
for
it.
real.
Save it for the subscribers. Save it for the true fans.
Yeah, they get to hear my Russian accent.
And I actually turned on I don't know what I was doing the other day. I had just left my YouTube on, and apparently it just went to CPAC, and I could tell because I just started tuning in. It's like, who is saying this crazy mess right now? Do people is this a crowd? Like I kept on hearing. The great thing is I just kept hearing like tepid approval of what people are saying. It wasn't the fervor that I've heard before. Is like, that's what the crowd sounded like. It just always sounded like, yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
It's because
Exactly.
I mean, there's a big split right now in the in the Republican Party and in conservatives generally. And you guys have seen me argue a bit about this on Facebook. I feel like there are real conservatives and there are Trumpians, and there are a few places where that overlaps, but I feel like in a lot of cases there's some cognitive dissonance happening in order to make that overlap. And what you're seeing is some people who are real conservatives who are deeply, uncomfortable with the whole golden calfness of the Trump situation. And
I mean, like Susan Collins.
I don't. Yeah, well, I'm sure he's learned his lesson.
Go on.
But like Liz Cheney. I mean, there are a handful in Congress and a lot more out in the real world of conservatives and even Republicans who are not on board with this direction because it's not really conservative in any sort of traditional sense of the word.
What do you do? Honest question. What do you do if you're not on board and it seems like it doesn't seem like everyone else is, but there's obviously like all the air in the room.
You vote to acquit, and then you say he was guilty afterwards.
Yeah, right. That was the wildest shit I ever
good.
seen.
Yeah.
That was the wildest thing I've ever seen. Your man was like, nah.
In other news,
This motherfucker did all that
and
shit.
then you say, well, I'll support him if he runs again.
in other
But
news,
he
what's
was
up
good.
to Melody Yvonne in the chat? Melody was good. Indianapolis in the house. And also, we mentioned the Barnstormers a minute ago. I just want to say we just put up a bunch of stuff for the Barnstormers to have fun with. Some of you that watch the streams that I've done on some of the Saturday afternoon streams, I've played some remixes of Gangstagrass songs, and the playing behind the intro that starts off our stream now is a little remix. So we have a couple of these special remixes that are available to the Barnstormers now, and the Barnstormers have access to the Pi Day theme song that we just recorded, and will be coming out on Friday the 12th, which is the Friday before Pi Day.
It's Fridays before Pi Days.
Mhm.
I am gonna say that every time.
5 days before Fridays.
Oh man, Fridays before Pi Days.
Yeah, speaking of pie, I made like the most exquisitely flaky crust the other day.
Oh man, that gave me chills.
How I don't want to know how you make it flaky. I want to know how you make it workable, because I'm always like erring on the side of like, this is going to be flaky if it ever gets all of it into the pie tin, which it doesn't. How do you do that?
It's about rolling it out thin enough, and then
like,
it becomes pliable. But getting it, the way to keep it to hold together is to make sure a couple of things is that the butter is cold enough, and that you're using ice water when you add the water to the crust.
Oh yeah, that's in sweet potato pie.
I would like to. I'd like to like have.
Getting too pliable, just put it in the fridge.
If I'd like to have like an extended conversation of you guys talking about food dynamics, but I really want that soft cooking channel music to be in the background.
All right, can you get your bass or?
Yeah, we also have a prompt from Noli from Quiet Horse 80 is asking, have any of us sent a text to the wrong person, landing you in an embarrassing moment?
Yes.
Well, I can talk.
I sent a text to my wife, but it turned out it was a group text to my wife, my parents, and my brothers.
I actually, I sent a text that I was intending to my wife, but it was to a coworker at the time. Yep. That like did not get dropped until I quit that job, which I actually quit kind of soon after that. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find what the text was.
Your man was like, yeah, I had a good time last night too, Dan. Like, yo, dog, how many did you get out of my face?
Nope.
All I have to say is try not to date people with the same names.
Oh, that's right. Like half your ex-girlfriends have the same name, which I shall not mention here.
Got
same names.
That all got the same ass name.
Same city.
I mean,
you said that, but then I'm like, oh, there is a certain percentage
It's
of one.
true. It based on the stories that you've told, I do feel like it's approximately half, at least of the serious.
It's not approximately half.
It's exactly half.
It's Nicole, Christy, Nicole.
Oh no.
Like, that's gonna cause problems, my friend.
And on the other hand, it could
I
be
haven't
good.
even come close to that.
Could be helpful.
I did kind of bookend it though. So like,
I don't
so
know what that means.
Phrasing?
Is that a euphemism for something?
no, it's literally the first girl I ever kissed and my wife have the same first name.
There you go.
So I bookended, it's like,
Uh-huh.
oh, okay.
Well, your wife's never mind. We share the same. Never mind. I'm just realizing, like,
We
I
also
have-
have this. Yeah, we have the same anniversary.
Yeah.
Well, Dolio's anniversary is the same day as Dan's wife's anniversary.
That's right.
It's true. So that's an inside joke. So we should explain that. We have a band calendar that we maintain for logistical purposes, and on that calendar we include things like, Dolio's anniversary or like Randy's kid's birthday. So there's stuff about us and there's stuff about people relating to us,
Yeah.
and it's all important. Dates where we would need to black it out. For some reason, my anniversary got put on there as Dan's wife's anniversary, which is still true and helpful.
It is true.
But it's cool because it means that many a year Dan and I were both in the doghouse for the same reason.
Yep, that's also true.
And a quick shout out to Jamie Leslie.
And
Yo,
quick shout out to all our wives also.
Jamie's our booking agent, everybody.
Wait,
Yep.
so is Jamie the one who put that in the calendar? Is that how that
think
happened?
so. I think
think-
that came from the.
I didn't put that in there.
Which,
Who put that in there?
Not me.
And that's my theory, is that it was Jamie.
He
Yeah.
probably did.
You probably
Speaking
did.
of Mr. Leslie, has anybody ever had to contend with dating someone who has the same name as your mom?
No.
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 It's weird. It's weird.
And also not the same name as my dad, but I did date someone who had the same name as my ex-husband, and I had the same name as his ex-wife.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That was weird.
might as well just be them at that point.
I dated somebody that had
So
the
hey,
same
can you
name as
put
my
this
wife.
jacket on? Wear this hat.
Wait, what'd you say, Dan?
I dated somebody that had the same name as my wife. It was my wife.
And we just got 100 bits dedicated to.
I said, do you send those band calendars door to door? No, it's on Google.
I mean, but wait.
Do we do a band
Should.
calendar?
We should.
Yo.
Right?
An
Rusty.
excuse to show my feet.
As long as I get to be December, I'm cool.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, I can be Mr. October.
I got to be February. I'm calling it now. I love that month.
Take August and
I'll be Junetober.
take August and April.
Don't be Mr. Green.
Mr. Green.
I'll be Colonel
What are
Mustard.
we talking about?
But you can't be Mr. Green. You literally can't be. We have a Mr. Green.
We already have a Mr. Green.
Yeah.
We had a we guys in sleeves had a topic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We got sidetracked like a
Our- yes, and we're really excited to bring on a special guest tonight. Our live stream tonight will be featuring special guest Gangstagrass. What's up? What's up? What's up? Gangstagrass is in the house, and we're going to interview Gangstagrass right now. See what makes Gangstagrass tick.
Gangstagrass, we've had you on the show before, and it's really good to have you guys back here again. Like, how you guys feeling this week?
I'm feeling a little better since last time. I've gotten over how things went, and most of the rash is gone, and I got a new Leonard Skinner T-shirt to replace the other one because of the incident. I decided let's just try it again. Let's just a do-over. Let's go back on the live stream and see what happens this time.
Yeah, we all got that Leonard Skinner T-shirt and that rash.
I mean,
yeah.
Everybody that I had locked in my basement got away, so I gotta go get some new motherfuckers.
Mhm.
Other than that, it's cool. You know what I mean? It got warm out, so they was like, "Can we go outside?" I was like, "All right, fine." They all
Hey.
ran away.
Everybody that's trying to be up in our son's basement, just like
Hit me up. Just hit me up in the chat. I got you.
Hashtag the voice of reason basement. Hashtag that.
I got you.
It's a
I made
long
some
ass
good.
one.
I made some beef stew. I got you. Yo, are you guys seeing this idea that's forming in the chat right now?
About the calendars,
Melody's about to put together a calendar. She's like, I'm just thinking about designing out a calendar out of my shop.
Yeah.
Welcome, Melanie 50036. Good to see you. Wait,
No,
so what's
follow you back right now.
What's the idea that's forming in the chat? I'm sorry, it scrolled up too fast for me.
Oh, doing a glam calendar for Gangstagrass.
Oh, right, of course, right.
And Melody Yvonne already
October.
has pictures, so she's halfway there.
There you
There you
go.
go. But does she have pictures of my footses?
Yo,
Probably.
She
Probably.
did get pictures of everything
Uh-huh.
that day.
yo, you know, picture. There's some Gangstagrass stuff that I wish we could get our hands on pictures of, which is like that Denver show that we did on that Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Show. Or that TV party show that we did at the museum, at PS1 in Queens, with that like camping theme where they served squirrel.
Yeah, man, that was great, dude.
No,
They
that
had,
wasn't. It wasn't squirrel.
It
We
was
had
all
bee-
the
it was
weird
beaver.
birds.
We
There
had
was
beaver.
beaver. There
Hold
was
on. These
squirrel. There
exotic
was
birds.
like
Hold
Okay,
up.
you ever? What was the movie? Was it? What was the movie with the? Was it The Graduate? No, not the one with Matthew Broderick, where they were. There was a dinner where they were serving all these endangered species animals.
I know Sean, but I can't remember what was it. No, dinner for
War games.
Yeah,
Yes, it was War Games. It was War Games.
Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
No,
But yeah, we-
But
there
yeah,
were-
we ate a lot of exotic animals that night. It was
Yeah, that was
Well,
dope.
But the fact that both of you just agreed with what he said made me feel like you weren't just elaborately improvising it.
That's
and
right.
making it up.
No, that was a real thing.
This predates my involvement.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Not quite.
Yeah.
It's actually, it was a sub out. That was one of the times that Lewis actually came in and played
Lou
banjo.
Myers.
So,
Wow.
Wow.
Lou Myers played the camping themed museum show where you ate squirrel birds.
Yeah,
That feels
it
right.
wasn't. It was one of them. Well, we didn't eat any squirrel. We had beaver and then a bunch of birds we had never heard of.
There was beaver. I know they had quail there, like they was trying to be flyers. I'm like, yo, I've had quail before. You ain't getting me on
Right.
this one.
It was like-
But it was like
I
beaver.
mean,
There
the
was
quail was the
quail.
appetizer. It was
There
like
was what was the other one? I keep wanting to
Oh,
say pigeon, but it
apparently
wasn't
the
pigeon.
movie was the
it
freshman.
was like some obscenely
Freshman, yes.
large seabird.
Yeah. Was it? Oh God, now I
The
can't
freshman.
remember.
That was the movie.
Yeah,
Thank you, Delilah.
Thank you, Delilah.
What's
You
up,
rock.
Delilah?
Yeah, what's up, Delilah?
Oh, crap.
Large seabird, like a,
You know,
like
yeah,
a crane.
Like an albatross?
Right. A pelican. Oh God, I
Yeah,
hope it
and
wasn't
then-
a pelican.
No.
Okay.
I don't know, guys. This doesn't sound like a party if you guys didn't have any Rocky Mountain oysters.
No,
So
I
you guys-
you're not
Has
allowed
anybody
to say
ever had
balls.
Rocky Mountain oysters other than me? Because I split a pair with a guy once.
Ah.
No, true story. True story.
You can't make that up.
I think that's probably the only way to eat them is like you pick somebody to like be your blood brother, and you're just like, all right, we're never
Did you
going back
like
from this.
clink them like you were doing a toast?
Did you
right.
did you teabag them?
Clink the shells.
Just pinkies up.
Folks in the chat, if you don't know what.
how you doing? It's been nice talking to y'all today.
Melody knows.
Melody
knows.
Hold on.
Oh, we got
Ibishu 59 says he freeze dry ones every day.
Melanie
Oh, hold on.
subscribed. So just for the record, Rocky Mountain Oysters is the way to get subscribers. We have discovered it.
Thank you, Melanie 50036.
And,
I'm assuming that's your zip code.
Just for the record, Gangstagrass is eating a lot of critters.
Yeah.
There's been lots of critters.
And gangsta steak, gold plated gangsta steak.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
the gold-plated gangster steak.
Bro, somebody was asking me about that the other day. I was just talking about somebody being real saucy. They're like, how you gonna claim somebody else's saucy when you ate gold steak? And I was like, listen, I didn't make gold steak.
Right.
Someone else made it
Mhm.
and
Right. And if somebody
named
makes
it
you a
after
gold-plated
me.
steak, you're not
and
gonna-
names it after you.
Right.
right, and name it after you. You gotta have it.
Our vegetarian ate the goddamn thing.
Yes.
Right.
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Gold
And I must say, it was the most delicious steak I've ever had.
Good. Oh my god, it was so
And
good.
it was cool because like the
It was
whole rest
so
of the
good.
tour, all of our farts smelled like gold.
Yeah.
True.
Really.
And if you don't know what gold smells like, you're not living that life.
You are not living your best life.
Yeah, we had gold-plated farts.
I actually collected it all. Cash to gold payout.
Fact. Okay, now we're supposed to be getting to ask some questions of Gangstagrass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we had a theme that we were going to have everybody
We
talk
do.
about.
Well, we
Who's
have
got a
we have a theme, but we also, so last time we did the round robin, which we really enjoyed. Arslan was not with us for that, so
Was not.
I want to ask a question of Arslan before we get to our themed piece, which is, what is your earliest memory of Superman?
Good one.
Was it my underoos or my lunchbox? I think it was my lunchbox. Yeah, I didn't get my underoos till I was in first grade, but I had the Superman lunchbox in kindergarten.
Underoos.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my Superman lunchbox. I had one in kindergarten.
Sweet.
No, it wasn't. It was my Superman Mego figure. There was a brand called Mego, and they made these action figures. They started putting them back out recently, but I had one of those, and they had, like, the figures were really bizarre. It was very, like, standard, but they moved more than Barbie, so the arms moved and you could move the wrists, and it was like a one-piece costume. Like, even the boot, there was like a little footy, and then there was a boot that went over that. But they did them for all kinds of figures. I had a Superman one, but they did like the Falcon one they did. They just painted his face brown and his body was white.
Nice.
Yeah, it was bizarre, man. I remember seeing that. I was like, wait, this
Like
isn't
those-
right.
It's like those Black Panther masks where the eye holes are white inside.
Yeah. I've seen those.
Oh,
Yeah. But no, I had a Superman Mego figure, and I used to love that thing. And then it got replaced with I had this Batman, a magnetic Batman figure. It had magnets on the hands and feet, right? And
Nice.
I think like the second day I had him standing doing a handstand on my dad's car, and I had a rope tied around his leg, and I pulled him off, and he landed, and his arm broke. I was like,
Oh.
We're just like,
You broke
fuck
Batman's arm?
Batman.
I broke his arm. I played with that thing too. I think it's still in my garage somewhere. I played with it forever because I just glued it back on. So he had one arm that bent and one that was just doing mad clotheslines.
I remember reading a Batman comic, the one in like the Wax Museum or whatever, and he had fought somebody and he messed up his hands, and he had Alfred just bandage them in the shape of fists.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the thing.
That's where I realized, like, Batman is not
Not
like
healthy.
he's not the finesse type of superhero. Like he is really just gonna if you had to bandage my hands one way, don't make them so I can type on a keyboard. No way, man.
I got clubbing to do.
Just-
Yeah, go ahead and punch folks. Don't mind me.
So
He just wanted to put his fist in the air.
Yep.
Yeah.
That could be it.
He's going down to the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, right.
or doing the Trump, which is what he did
Oh
at
yeah,
the
it was a
rallies,
little good
right?
dance.
Or doing the 68 Olympics. Who knows?
Yeah, probably that.
Deep cut.
I'm more willing to say that.
Wait, when was this?
68.
When was that actually that happened? What year was it?
in the comic.
Yeah, God only knows.
It's an old comic, so could have been from the 70s.
Oh, okay. So it's too early to be like in the audience at Arsenio Hall.
Oh,
Yes.
so good. So Dan Toma, who is one of our fans out in the Bay Area, went back 20 hours after our son's Tuesday stream, which was excellent, by the way. Very funny. Good stuff. And,
Is that who Toma Technology is?
Yeah, that's right.
I see him now.
And was saying, I could listen to our son talk for 24 hours. And I think a lot of people are with him on that one. So who else would like to throw a question at our son?
Mhm.
I thought you were gonna segue into the Black Tribbles podcast.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Mhm.
Do it,
We'll get to
Dan.
that.
What do you want to know about the Black Tribbles podcast?
Well, no. Okay, let me rephrase that. Let me reframe that. What would you consider to be the longest that you've ever talked?
The longest I've ever talked. Oh, Jesus Christ. It may have been in class. I was TA in a class when I was at Penn State. I TA'd a class on race and ethnic relations for my dear friend Sam Richards, and one of the days that we had the class was huge on Thursdays, and we would do like smaller meetings. And there was one day that we started talking about something, and I was like, no. All right, so here's the deal. And I spent the entire, I think, 45 minutes just running my jibs. And at some point, I realized how long I had been talking. I'm like, that. But it was important enough that anybody else, like people were asking questions, but I was like, but no, that's not how that works. Because blah, 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 blah.
Remember what it was? Remember what it was like? Generally?
I don't remember what it was specifically. It was some race related shit, and I think I happened to be the black dude in the room, as
and
I have been.
And the TA.
Yeah, and the TA. So. But more often than not, it may have been that, but I spent a lot of time at Penn State as the black dude in the room. So, there were a few of these, but this one particular class, I think I spent a good 35 minutes just kind of breaking shit down.
I feel like we've
that was
all had a conversation.
My little minor TED talk before there were TED talks.
I feel like we've all had like those minor TED talks. I was about to say conversation, but it's like minor TED talks. Even last year, not just me, Dolio, and Rand, but everybody here.
on one side or another of those, I mean, I'm just thankful I had a lot of those kind of conversations in like earlier, like high school before going to college. Just, I don't know, all the time I think about like, sure, I'm glad that there were not just any, I mean, I think my high school had a bunch of black people, like majority black, I'm pretty sure, but I'm just like.
Yeah, you went to high school in DC, right?
Yeah, I mean, you meet people sometimes just like, did you have any black people in your high school? Did you have any black people in your college? What?
Yo,
like,
I know people.
How old or what time is it? Like, when are you supposed to learn these things?
I know people. I know black people that didn't know, like, didn't have any black people in the place they lived, like in their entire town.
Sure.
And like
sure.
They came to college and were like, "You're the first black dude I've ever talked to," and I was like
"Oh no, oh
like,
no!"
I meant this
like literally. People were like, "Yeah, I've never been in the same physical space with a black person. Like I've seen black people on TV, but until I came to Penn State, and if you know anything about State College, Pennsylvania, and Penn State University, it's extraordinarily white. If that was where you came to get your diversity, I was like, bruh.
Right, because the problem with that
are you
is
from the past? Like, where are you from,
and
dude?
then like you're talking to somebody who, like, if you're talking to somebody who is the one black dude in the room, you're not really talking to somebody who's like in a position where they can be maybe like free or forthcoming or comfortable. Like, it's not the same thing as talking.
Unless you're talking to me, because I didn't.
Unless you're talking to Randy, yeah.
I didn't give no fucks.
Sure,
I was like,
not a solid.
Really, bro?
But you can't rely on that. Like, you can't expect people to just like, hey, be a TA right now and talk to me for 2 hours.
You didn't tell him that Santa's black, did you?
Man, I've been telling people Santa was black since like I was like 19.
All right, you went all the way.
Shit.
You went nuclear on him.
Well, the thing is that when I was a kid, there was a song that played on the radio.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah.
It was called Santa Claus is a Black Man.
Was that? Who was that?
I don't know. It was. I know it was like a Motown song. I don't remember.
I feel like it was Bobby Womack because he was just that.
It was like it was like a little kid singing, like a little girl.
I really wanted to be Bootsy Collins because I'm actually just remembering Bootsy's version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, that was kind of fire.
I never heard that one.
I do remember that. That was kind of fire.
My favorite one is the Four Tops version. Hey Rudolph.
Yeah. Hey, Rudolph.
Just to fill people in, Black Tribbles is a podcast that our son is on with some other amazing nerds, and they're going to be doing like a marathon podcast coming up.
Yes, we're going for the Guinness World Record of the longest live podcast. 60 hours. It was 55, and then some goons did a 58 one, so we were like, all right, fuck it, we're doing 60.
At least 60. Just keep going.
And so we the funny part is I started Black Tribbles the same month of my first Gangstagrass show. So April 2011 was like the shit for me. You know what I mean? It was fucking amazing. And the show is ending this year. We are wrapping it up finally, and we're going out with a bang. And so we're gonna do this 60-hour podcast of just all sorts of chicanery and buffoonery and tomfoolery, and we're doing a cipher Friday night. So there's gonna be a bunch of different hip hop cats involved. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. There's gonna be a pancake eating contest and a chocolate cake eating contest and all kinds of just utter buffoonery. It's gonna be an absolute nightmare.
Or are you just gonna be eating up some of the time with just people chewing?
No, dude. No, that's gonna be
simultaneously be playing dominoes or Uno.
Oh, dude, it's all gonna be just randomly happening. But there's different breakdowns of stuff, and we're playing the match game. We're doing Triple Jeopardy, and the match game comes up a lot because Len Batcherable, he's a couple years older than me, and so he's big on like old school game shows, and match game is his favorite thing in the world. This dude loves the match game. So we've done match games several times. We're doing it again for this. It's a nightmare. The whole thing is it's going to be the goofiest thing ever. And
I really think the easier thing would have been to just like play a game of Catan and like boom, 60
You know what a big fan you are.
No. Then everybody would have fallen asleep, and then we would have blown it because it would have been 60 hours of people sleeping after an hour because Catan is boring as fuck.
I brought it on. Remember that one tour I brought the game on tour, and we set the whole game up, and then we had to play our show. We spent like the entire time between sound check and the show setting the game up.
Setting it up.
And then we were just like, all right, we'll come back to this after the show. Ha ha
ha. Was that in Boston?
I don't, maybe. Might have been.
My memory is that was in Boston, and we actually didn't get to play the Catan game because we ended up having to open for ourselves because the opening band broke up right before the show was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, you don't have an opening band. So we're like,
the Tuxedo show.
Yeah,
I forgot about that shit. Yeah. I forgot all about that.
Opening band broke up just like the day of the show.
I forgot all about that.
Opening band, so we're like, hey, we'll take it. We'll take the slot.
Yeah, I was at this spot called Church in Boston. I don't even know if it still exists.
Oh shit! I forgot all about that.
And it happened to be it happened to be the same weekend as my fraternity's chapter anniversary.
Heck yeah!
Yeah, you did show up in the tuxedo.
So like that night prior to that, we played in Rhode Island. So like I hauled ass on a train like early morning to get to Boston so I could do all the sessions and stuff, and we had like our big banquet afterwards, and then so I came straight from the banquet to the show, and then the rest of the bros showed up later, when they were done with the banquet.
Yeah.
And like then basically folks was like, somebody came to the dressing room and was like, yo, I don't know what's going on, but it's like they were like they didn't know what was going on. They was like, I don't know, there's like 80 black guys in tuxedos outside.
Is this a thing? Is this like a thing? What's going on?
What's going on? I don't understand. Yeah.
All about tuxedos now.
I was like, oh yeah, they're here with me. Don't worry about it.
Oh my goodness. goodness, what are these questions?
Yeah.
It's just like the Nation of Islam is here. What's up?
Oh, Suze says church closed 2 to 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Wah wah.
I mean, we really miss Johnny D's.
Yeah, Johnny D's was the
Johnny
spot.
D's was the shit.
Yeah.
That place is
I
the-
still have that extra medium Johnny D's sweatshirt.
Yeah, Mono could probably wear that now, right?
Yo, I don't like I was like, yo, give me an XL. They gave me an XL, and I was like, yo, XL. Okay, this must have been like
Right,
I
youth
don't
XL.
I don't know what country this was an extra large sweatshirt, but it was extra medium.
I'll ask something to our son now.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to talk about MCs and what it is that you look for. What impresses you the most when you're listening to somebody flow? Like I know you like some really good like wordplay and conceptual stuff, right? Like who was it did the verse about being a verse?
J-Live.
Realize verse like that. So that was like a really cool concept. But when you're listening to an MC, what are the actual like musical like elements of their flow that stand out to you?
The things that get me are like when you're talking about. All right, so there's this great J-Live stanza where he's like, I'll be the dap in your hand that you give to your man when you're open with your open mouth covered by your other hand, whether it's the first time that you heard, the second time that you played, or the third when you finally understand. Right? And just picturing that whole thing and having done that 1,000 times where you listen to a joint, you're like, oh, that's hot. And then you listen to it again, you're like, oh, what he just said. And then the third, you're like, oh, the boy is saying, and yo, that's the thing that gets it for me. And that, and when you know you're taking a phrase and really breaking it down. Farrellmont said, he said something about he had named all the bullets in his gun, but then he got a divorce and released all of his Excaliburs.
yeah.
I was like, you son of a bitch. Like, how dare, like, that's the thing that really gets me on a writing standpoint. You know what I mean? And then other time there's just stuff that even if it doesn't make a lot of sense, the flow is so magnificent. That's why I'm such a Ghostface fan. Because Ghostface is saying some shit.
What is it? And when you're talking about a magnificent flow, tell me about the things
He
that
said, Ghost said some shit like, hey, yo, this rap is like ZD, facing me, real TV, crash at high speed, strawberry kiwi. What the fuck does that mean? It doesn't mean a thing. But like the energy behind it, and it just rides the beat so beautifully. You're like, you know what? I don't give a fuck what he just said. That shit was magnificent. And the whole, like, anybody that knows that record knows every word of it. But, you know, a lot of times it doesn't make, but it makes a lot. It made sense to him when he wrote it. I'm okay with that. I'm good with that, man. You know, and a lot of these cats just really, you know, as they're building the verses, you know, it somewhere in their head it meant A, B, and C. And every now and again you get a chance to hear them talking about it or whatever. And then when you get it, you're like, oh, that's what the fuck you was talking. You know what I mean? And I got a couple of those. I'm not even gonna lie. I got a couple of them. I got a line there that said, Rebel Wordsmith, Han Solo Quacious.
Yeah.
Like, and when I wrote that shit, I was like, yo, that's kind of hot. I'm not even gonna lie, that shit's kind of hot. So it is really a matter of just like hearing it for the first time and being impressed, and then hearing it again and being like, oh wow, that could also have meant this, that, and the third. Fonte does that a lot. There's a lot of his stuff where I'm just like, what the fuck did you just say? Like, how dare you? How dare you write that and then record it, you son of a bitch? And yeah, that's my, and then this fucking guy over here, fucking, all right. So we do Never Go Home Again, right? I'm like, yo, I wrote some fire to this. Yeah, this shit hot. Listen to it. I heard this motherfucker's verse. I was like, you piece of shit. How dare you? I was like, to this day, I don't know the second half of my verse. I didn't bother to remember it. That's why I freestyled the second half of that verse. Because I didn't bother to remember it. Because I heard his verse and was like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you just trying to make me look bad? Fuck you, homie. That shit is magnificent, dude. It's so magnificent. The verse on Red Sky Morning, the boss said, influence the destination, the comets and constellation. I was like, you motherfucker, how you got me standing out here saying some old goofball shit and you gonna do that? Like, fuck you, homie.
Yo,
but
don't try to act like your verse on Peaches.
Yeah, Peaches is dope.
Yo,
yeah, I've heard some Peaches.
Yo, that thing just oozed all kinds of flavors all over the place. I was like,
and that's why I love MCing so much, because motherfuckers really, like, cats that are real, they put they heart into that shit, and when it comes together, man, it's the most beautiful thing in the world, dog. Like, you know, but every now and then you get a little gem. You know what I mean? I got a joint that's about to drop right now. I said, I send a message every hood can understand. John Lewis, Marvin Gaye, good trouble man.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta give him a little bit of that. You gotta give him a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love this hip hop shit so much, because cats will give you that, and you just take that shit. And you're like, yeah, all right, I fucks with that. I fucks with that. So that's what I'm trying to lay a little bit of that on folks.
You know, listening to y'all talk about hip hop verses just like reminds me so much of watching interviews with like jazz greats go back and forth about certain licks and little idioms they do. It's really the languages that you use is so similar. Instead of just going beep a bop a boo bop, you guys are using words and
but I mean, one of the things that made me happy about finally getting a chance to write with you in Gangstagrass was the fact that you did one of my favorite hip hop songs of all time. You know, to like, I remember like the whole breakdown of like everybody you battled in that song, a Kree, a Hut, a Romulan, a Borg, a Cardassian. You know, I mean, it's like you said you took out a Martian with his own plutonium space modulator.
I mean,
in the verse, I was like, yo. Basically, there's a song he did where he battles for the fate of Earth against the entire universe. And intergalactic battle. And I was like blown away. I was like, okay, this just wins everything.
That was fun because that came out of, the whole song came out of one line that I had written. It was like
it was the one about the space modulator, right?
No, it was the one where I said, and then his third mouth blurted out, "So you're the amazing our son that we've all heard about." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's got a third mouth. Like, what does that even mean?"
Right, because that was when you battled the Hydra.
Yeah, and I was like, "Who's got three mouths? What are you even talking about?"
Like the rest of us.
Right,
exactly.
And this dude broke down this whole thing how he defeated him. And it's like he rapped as the Hydra, and everything the Hydra said was in tens.
Listen, that, and a lot of that was the JJ Brown produced that. I was gonna try and get other people to do those voices. And he was like, "Nah, just do all of it, and we'll change your voice up." And it was the only problem with that song, like now, is that it's too long, and I don't think people have the attention span for it. But it's still my favorite thing I've ever done. Still, you know, I am as proud of that as I am of my children.
We can dust things off for an intergalactic battle, can't we? Let's bring that back.
I had considered doing a sequel to it, I started writing it, but I never really
I
got
just want
into
to
it.
see that turn into an animated video.
Yeah.
I want to see that too, and I
Yes.
know a couple guys that do some animation, and I'm like, you know
Either
what?
that or puppets.
Ooh, puppets would be like a 10-headed Hydra puppet. Like, oh shit! But no, but yeah, uh, for as far as MCing goes, I want to be able to, even if you're just telling me about the most like crime-tastic shit you've ever done, like, give me that. Fucking Koji Rap's first 2 albums were just nothing but these amazing crime sagas, and this dude murdered everybody there was, and he had all the drugs, but it was so good. He was so good at it, man. So as long as you're doing some stuff where I listen to it, and then this next time I listen to it, I'm like, oh, okay, all right, and then I'm like compelled to keep listening. Give me that all day. Camp Lo's first album, no idea what those guys are talking. None. But their flows are just, oh, they're so beautiful. So beautiful, man. My God. That whole record is just so extraordinarily well produced. No idea what they're talking about, but fucking, I'll listen to it all day.
Does that answer your question, Rich?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
And I just replaced the how long I talked. That was it right there.
We still got more questions for you, though, man.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. Dolio, were you getting into more of the words, or did you want to say something, ask something more?
Actually, let's see. Out of, I guess, all of the Space Unicorn adventures, which do you think?
Oh boy! Oh, ask it.
Dude, the Frankfurt walk, the Frankfurt, Germany walk will forever be the most absurd thing ever. We're not even going to talk about that. All I'm saying is Frankfurt, Germany, there are stretches of Frankfurt, Germany that look like Times Square 88. There's just porn and weird dudes trying to direct you into hookers and porn, and there's a gun shop over there and porn and weird Dominicans trying to lure you into their restaurant telling you there's a party and there ain't nobody there but these other 3 weird Dominicans that are like, oh yeah, we did. Like, I don't speak any Spanish, but I'm fairly certain one of them dudes was like, yeah, we about to rock this shit out of these 2 motherfuckers. We was like, nope, not staying here, bro. Yo.
I think what's weird about the Dominicans was that we were in Germany, walking down the street in the middle of the night. I don't know what hour it was. And the dudes just walked up to us and started speaking Spanish.
And I don't speak Spanish. Fortunately enough, Dolio was with me because he had an idea what this boy was talking about.
Yeah, because we were looking for something to eat.
Yeah, just trying to find something to eat. And you're
And
like,
then-
oh yeah,
and we were like-
food is a
And
party.
then he rolled up on us, and I was like, "Oh, great!" He started talking. I was like, "Oh, sweet, Dominicans! I know they got some good food up in this place they taking us to." We get there, there's like no music playing in the kitchen.
No, yeah,
That's a red flag.
Yeah, we was like, no, it's time to go. That whole
There's
night
no
was-
music playing in the kitchen. You don't want to eat there.
Some random weird German bro tried to steal my hat. I was like, yo, I don't know you. Like, and I love this hat, and I left it on a bus. I bought this gorgeous hat, beautiful green corduroy fedora. That shit was fly as shit.
Oh.
You see any of the pictures of us from Germany? That shit was butter. That shit went from Germany to France to all over. How come I left that bitch on the motherfucking mega bus from New York to Philly?
Oh yeah, we took that in the
I
Amsterdam.
was like, you stupid son of a... Yo, I'm still mad. I called Megabus like, yo, anybody found my hat on the bus? I was like, anybody got your dumbass hat? There's a bus driver right now. That ball somewhere in Wisconsin just rocking my shit.
Definitely.
Broke my heart, man. But no, that day Germany was, whew, Germany and Amsterdam. We had a ball in Amsterdam.
Wait, which time?
The first time when we got lost
Oh
on
yeah,
the
that's
train.
when we met. Yeah, we
Oh,
rocked out
God.
with Wake Self. Rest in peace.
Yeah. I rocked out with Wake Self.
And
Ran into
Street Jesus.
yeah,
DJ
Street Jesus was there. We ran into Havoc from Mobb Deep. Was just hanging out.
Street Jesus.
Rich Medina.
Wait, are you guys talking about Street Jesus I met down in Costa Rica?
Wait, he was down there when you was there?
Yeah, I saw him.
Wait, he was DJ Street Jesus?
Yeah, he wasn't DJing, but he's chilling.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait,
Get the fuck out of here!
You hung out.
Holy shit! Oh my
I
god!
know he goes to Costa Rica like at least once a year for like an extended period of time, but I wasn't sure he was going down there with all this pandemic stuff.
No, he just stayed down there. He was already there, and he just decided to go ahead and stay there.
All right, I'm gonna holler at him tomorrow and find out.
What's up, DJ Street Jesus?
DJ Street Jesus, the guy that we met. So we met this
Salt
dude
Lake
in
City.
Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah. Encountered him again in Amsterdam, and then Brian encountered him again in Costa Rica. Like, what?
That's some cosmic.
That's cosmic
Yeah.
as fuck. See, that's the kind of thing where if by now you're still okay with the idea that this planet has different borders and speaks different languages, like, get the fuck out of here. The same dude has encountered the same band in Salt Lake City, Amsterdam, and Costa Rica. Get the man, look, please.
Saying
Please.
that we're
You
in
know
a
what?
matrix and it's a small matrix.
Either that or it's like, I don't know. Have you read American Gods?
Yeah.
So maybe it's like that.
Yeah. Or
Each
that
one of these places has their own version of Street Jesus.
Ooh.
Okay, that works.
Because somebody there believes in him.
I was just figuring maybe the simulation that Gangstagrass has been put in. They just got tired of making new characters.
Right. Apples?
DJ
Oh,
Street Jesus.
she's in there again.
DJ Street Jesus. DJ Street Jesus. Wait a minute. Why are you at the
I'm
grocery
hungry
store around the
for
corner from my
apples.
house? I
Yo,
just came in here to get some
Just a big
apples.
shout out because I'm going to tell him to check this out after we post it because I'm not sure what he's up to now. But what's up, Street Jesus?
That's amazing. That's so good. Oh man. Fucking
On
Amsterdam.
Facebook, he's Jesus de la Calle.
See?
Fucking Amsterdam.
All right. Pharaoh, you got a question for our son to bring it full circle?
Oh yeah, I guess we all get a question. I've just been enjoying this. I didn't think about a question. What's a good question?
Our son, what's a good question? Pharaoh's question is, what's a good question?
Ask yourself a good question and then answer it.
I wanna ask something hip hop related. Let me think. What do you think about this? Is gonna go a little bit deep. What do you think about '90s hip hop and like that transitional phase that hip hop had between like what is, I guess, real poppy hip hop and the stuff that was before? I know there was a lot of things before, but
I feel like it feels like when the sort of decision was made, hey, this rap shit makes a lot of money. What's the best way to monetize it, and how do we do that and not have it be too anything? We don't want it to be too deep, but we don't want it to be too airy and too fluffy. So how do we do that? And that for me, it felt like that was sort of the decision that was made, and then the sort of anti-gravitizing of it all got out of hand. And I say that to mean there was an era, and it's not like any of these cats, stopped making music, or that the depth of the music that a lot of people were creating changed, but it felt like there was more weight and more energy and more push given to like this sort of lowest common denominator stuff, right? So, everybody wants to, shake their ass. Okay, cool. But that became the thing. Like if it wasn't about, is it popping in the club, then I'm not going to do it. Right. And that became the thing. And it was like, Now, I've had some good times in the club. Don't get it twisted. I can get my little shake. All right, cool. But I doing that at the expense of a culture that is capable of so much more. For me, that's always been the issue, right? So yeah, I give me some Nori, give me some Puff, give me some some Digital Underground, give me some Common, give me some Jungle Brothers, give me some UGK, give me some hieroglyphics, give me all of that. I want all of that. You know what I'm saying? And then allow it to elevate, allow it to evolve. So sure, I like fine, run that new Migos shit if you want, but don't walk away from that new De La Soul shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always felt to me like hip hop was the most disposable musical form, right? Even though everybody is taking something from it, everything sounds like it's kind of hip hop right now, except for the very, traditional levels of various musics, right? But everything's got a little bit of hip hop, and most of your pop country stuff's got a little bit of hip hop in there that they kind of stuck in there. But you took all of that and left the rest on the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? And it's always felt to me like doing that, you missed out on a lot. I was having a conversation with my son and his two homies the other day, and they were talking about how, like, when's the best, they've been a dope rapper out of Philly. I'm like, you out of your fucking mind? Like, the greatest MC of all time is from this town. Are you nuts? And then, wanting to tell these guys about, if you have ever repped Philadelphia and have no idea about Reef the Lost Cause, you're not really repping this town. Because at the end of the day, if I'm doing War of the Words and I need 3 cats on my side, I'm taking my brother Dolio, I'm taking Black Thought, and I'm taking Reef the Lost Cause, because this dude is a fucking animal. He's an animal. Like, I would put Reef up against anybody on the stage, any human being that's ever rapped. He's that good. And the fact that people in this city don't rep for him the way they rep for Meek Mill. Shout out to Meek Mill. Meek's dope. Okay. That dude ain't goals. I'll put him against anybody on this planet. And it's, the idea that, a lot of these cats that claim the culture and don't know Locksmith, don't know what's the boy from Houston, what's his name,
Doe
Beezy. If you don't know Doe Beezy, come on, like, stop it. That dude is an animal. He's an absolute monster. And if you just talking straight bars, like, there are these dudes all over the country that, they're doing their thing and they're making great music, but for God's sake, why do I know who, I don't know, whoever the fuck, why do I know about any of the various babies and you don't know about Doe Beezy? Like, come on, man.
The various babies, all the Lils.
The young, I like to call them the young Lils.
the young little babies, and they doing their thing. I'm not mad at these cats. I'm not mad at them at all. I just want to understand why. There used to be a little bit more of a diversity of sound, and that diversity of sound still exists, but you don't get it as much anymore. It's not out there as much anymore. You got to go find it. You know what I'm saying? You got to go find it, and it's not the hardest thing in the world to find if you know to look for it. But a lot of cats don't know to look for it, and you know they know the, you know, whatever that thing with the, you know, the bouncy beat and the auto tune, and that's the next, and then the next thing with the bouncy beat and the auto tune, and the next thing with the bouncy beat and the auto tune, and so it becomes this what used to be a very, you know, wide 8-lane highway of sound, you know, funnels down into this dirt road of like, oh, it's that one again. It's
Cool.
that one again.
Quick follow-up question for you. How do you feel about that MC Toby in the Wigway? Because I've been a big fan of his lately.
He's cool. His at the very least, he's doing something different, and I'm okay with that. I like the fact that he's doing something different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I have no problem with him at all.
Hey,
Listen,
Oregon
Joe Cooley and
Rogue.
Rodney. Oh,
Welcome,
look at
Oregon
that.
Rogue.
Joe Cooley and Rodney. Oh, look at that. Throwing that in the chat. Well done. That's random. That's random as shit. But yeah,
why are we talking about beasts? Kadir Latif.
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
That dude is a monster, an utter monster. Because he's what, 9 feet tall? And I'm a tall man. This dude is, yo.
We went to his apartment in Harlem, and he played for us this project. He ended up putting it out, but he put it out. But before he put it out, he played it for us in his apartment in Harlem, and it had me in tears. It was so
That shit was magnificent. Yo, you know what I want to do? This is what we need to do. We need to get Kadir Latif and Five and just make an album called Big Motherfuckers, the album. And then let's just do that.
You haven't met the rest of the pallbearers.
No, you've told me about these guys. What are you guys? Are you?
I gotta say, man,
They're titans, man.
When our son starts talking about big people, it just reminds me of that one picture I think we took in, it was either Ohio or Michigan, upstate, way upstate, where they grow them big.
The dude Moose.
Brothers? Were they brothers?
Yeah, it was the dude Moose and his brother.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
these guys both had like 3 inches on me. There's another picture of two of my cousins that are both, 2-3 inches taller than me. And now mind you, this dude Moose was like a fucking he had just taken his antlers off for the night.
I bet you none of them had anything on the board in Montreal.
Oh God, no.
I mean, Red, you didn't look average. You looked small.
Yeah.
You looked a little small guy.
There was this bouncer at this place in Montreal, and he shook our son's hand, and it made it look like a baby's hand.
Yo, this dude was...
and I looked at him, and like, this is back when I still used to cuss in public, and I said, "Excuse my French, you a big motherfucker." And he was like, he said, "Thank you very much."
That dude was pure Sasquatch. He was 100% Sasquatch. I was like, there's no way you're a man. You're a Sasquatch and somebody wants to help you. That's okay. You know what I mean? Get your money.
I want to see.
Yo, I swear he had a very nice tailored suit on. It must have had all the fabric in Toronto. Excuse me, Montreal. I was like, yo.
They were.
Everything he wore was tailored.
Montreal and Toronto.
Yeah, right. All of Eastern Canada, there was no tailors working that month. Like, we gotta wait.
You like never see him in jeans. He just always in suits because that's.
We gotta wait for more stuff to show up. Right? There's nothing we can do. Yeah, there was a nightmare.
Don't got enough denim for that. I'm sorry,
man. I really want to see pictures where our son looks like the small guy. I'm really I feel like we should put out a photo album.
There's one picture, and
just
Grandpa, you have it, right, man?
Yeah, it's
one of my family reunions.
It's around somewhere. Yeah, around Dolio's, some Dolio's people too. Like, hanging out with Five.
I'm one of the shorter members of the Durant family.
Okay,
Right.
Arson.
So
Yes.
Name, and this doesn't have to be like the most, but just anyone that comes to your mind of an album of any genre that you like remember the first time you heard it. And there's like before you heard that album and then after you knew about that album that like you would always know about that album.
In Excess Kick.
Mm-hmm. So tell me tell me the memory of like hearing it the first time.
So I knew a little bit of their stuff,
Mhm.
and then I heard what's the name of that song? Need You Tonight.
Mhm.
I was like, yo, this shit's hot. So I bought the wax. The first song on there was Guns in the Sky.
Mhm.
I bought it, listened to it, and then the first song on side B was Mystified. And that record, yo, Mystified. Holy shit. I listened to the whole album, and I flipped it over, listened to it again. I listened to it like 4 times the day I bought it. And then from that day, I was hooked. Like anything and anything they've ever put out, I bought. All the Michael Hutchins stuff. Cried like a baby the day he died. That was my thing. I went to see them in 1990. I grew up from high school. Her name Heather Weiss. That whole like run of their albums till he died was just all about them. And everything they did, I was like, every video, I was like, all right, cool, new NXS stuff, I'm good. And anytime anything comes on, I'm like, all right, let me just turn this up a little bit, vibe out to it.
that's actually a really great question in general. Like I feel like that's one we should revisit as a round robin in the future of like a memory of an album. But I do want to return to the picture thing.
Did we find
Alright,
it?
alright.
No, because there was a fan. We were in Johnson City, Tennessee. We were at First Watch, one of our favorite breakfast spots, and this fan recognized our son and was super excited and talked about how, and I'll let our son tell the story more in detail, but he basically said, your show tonight in Knoxville, I believe it was, is sold out. I tried to get tickets and I couldn't get tickets, and we were like, oh no, we're gonna, like, you're cool, we're gonna put you on the guest list, we're gonna make just come to the show, we'll make sure you get in. And they took a picture, which my understanding is now is like in the rotation on the photo picture frame, computery thing. That's what they're called. That along with the grandkids, it's our son and Gary and his grandkids are all the rest of the photos.
That was wild. Like I said, we had just finished eating it at First Watch, and I just went outside for something. We were about to leave, and the guy was like, "Excuse me, are you in Gangstagrass?" And this is only the second time that's ever happened, right? The first time was in Toronto. Me and Wrench and was it just me and you that were out there busking? Me and you and Joe, I think. We're out busking in Toronto, and this dude was like, "Oh my God, you guys are Gangstagrass," and I was like, "What? How do you know that?" But this time he was like, "Yeah, you're our son from Gangstagrass." Like, that's a weird feeling because I've done that. I'm like, oh shit, but it was like fucking Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston were eating breakfast at this breakfast spot at Penn State. So okay, Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston, sure. Who the fuck knows who I am? So, I was like, yeah. They're like, oh, we're huge fans. We want to come to the show tonight. But I was like, oh, dude, you just recognize me on the street. You can move into my house. I care. Yeah, you're definitely coming to the show. And so, we put it together, and they came through the show, had a good old time. Fantastic guys. They're just really, really nice people. And it was one of those things where I never, ever thought that would happen in life. I thought that I was you know, regardless of how whatever degree of fame we achieve, I'm just like, hey, you're that guy with the head. All right, cool. You know, I mean, I always felt like I could just sort of, move through spaces as just another dude and not get recognized. And for that to happen, and for them to be such big fans, like this wasn't like, oh, we saw that. No, these guys were huge fans, and I was like, yeah, whatever you guys want. I don't care if you need to sit on stage because you guys are coming to the show.
Because the show was sold out that night.
That show had sold out, and it was very, very dope. And just having them there was really cool because that was one of those moments where I was like, all right, we are touching people in a way that I never thought I was going to be able to do. You know what I'm saying? Like this stuff really does matter. And I've done that. I've, run into, famous people and be like, oh, snap, what's up, man? Oh, I ran into Bilal at the airport in Atlanta. And I was like, holy shit, you know what I mean? He was very cool about it. And, having done that and encountered some people that were kind of dicks about it. And they were like, anybody got time for you? And kept it moving. I was like, all right, if this ever happens to me, I'm never doing that. Like, I could be holding a flaming baby. I'll still sign your autograph and then go put the baby out. But
is that what you do with the flaming baby? Is you go put it down?
No, I put it out. You gotta, roll it. You gotta stop, drop, and roll it. No,
stop it out.
But yeah, exactly.
I need to know this stuff, man. I'm a new father, and I just
yeah, exactly. If your son catches fire,
what if my baby catches fire?
Drop him, roll him, and then sign the autograph. No,
in that order.
Yes. But it's one of those things where I was like, yeah, I'm never ever going to be a dick to people. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to do as much as I can. And, to be able to get them to the show and, have them there with us was very, very cool. Mm-hmm. And they were the nicest. Dude, Gary's the nicest guy in the world. And, we are praying for him. He's dealing with some stuff. And we wish him nothing but the best. His entire family, thank you guys so much for all your support and for riding with us all these years. And God willing, we'll see you again. I'm trying to get my shots. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get a couple extras. You know what I mean? If anybody got any extras. Yeah.
Probably not.
rsonthevoice@gmail.com, and then just let me know. I'll take. You got a couple there.
Well, we are sending our thoughts and just giving big props right now to Gary, and can't wait to see him again, and just want to appreciate Gary for being a fan and recognizing our son and chilling with us. It was awesome. So that's a very cool memory. I know that we're gonna take with us all the way.
Really, really do.
Yeah, big love to Gary. It was great having you and the fam at the show, and we are definitely looking forward to next time.
Yeah, we're wishing you well, Gary.
Welcome anytime, and hopefully we run into you again outside of First Watch. Because pro tip, if you're trying to find Gangstagrass out in the wild, we're probably
if there's a First Watch around.
If there's a First Watch, and if you want us to tour in your town, make sure they open a First Watch because they're not everywhere. But no, really, I mean that was just the nicest place that somebody could come up and say hi to us. So it's just
we were all like breakfast happy and stuff. So it was dope. Man. It was extra dope. They just opened a couple up this way, so I'm like, word.
Like maybe don't say hi to us at the DMV if you see us there. Like maybe not right then.
No, listen, you can. I told you. I just said wherever. If you recognize me, like, hey, I'm a fan. Cool. Whatever you need, you can stand in line with me at the DMV. I'm fine with that.
All right, that does not apply to. He does not speak for me. Don't talk to me at the DMV.
If you see us as a band at the DMV, have questions.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Questions to ask.
What's wrong?
We're getting our band license.
What happened?
What?
Yeah.
However, if you see us together at the border, feel free to talk to us.
It is a problem for us with our driver's license being full bands. Because we get pulled over and the cop's like,
oh, we go to Waffle House.
Where's the dobro player? I don't see this dobro player. This is not your license.
Yeah, right. You guys need to update your license.
It says what? No Waffle House.
Oh, Waffle House.
We
Oh,
like
wow.
Waffle House,
If
but
you-
we didn't meet Gary outside of Waffle House, so it's just not
see
as
us
special.
at a Waffle House, like, and you want to come up and say hi to us at the Waffle House, you roll those dice.
Yeah, right.
They got the pecan
When
syrup.
somebody's a little bit tipsy.
Yeah, first of all,
It's
it's 2 in the
late.
morning.
Yeah,
Two in the
right.
morning, we've had a lot to drink at that point.
That's right.
The employees behind the counter are already fighting with each other.
Are we before
Yo!
or after the pecan waffle?
Oh snap!
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh!
Seriously,
I
anybody?
forgot about that time we were at the Waffle House and the employees broke out into a fist fight.
That was
What?
nuts, bro.
Never forget. You know what
Oh,
you know what I
God.
realized, and we were over in the UK. We were in the UK, and I was at that one kebab shop, and I realized like kebab shops are kind of like Waffle House in that way. In that way where
Oh yes.
somebody
that's
came in.
right.
Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot about that. They
Oh.
was wilding in the
and
back.
they were gonna kill each other.
I was
And at one
like,
point- and at
I'm glad
one
I got my
point-
shawarma. And
And yeah, at one point somebody came in and like I'm up on my like you know UK specific ethnic slurs. I understand them and everything. So I picked up on like, oh no, this customer comes in and he's like slinging around some hateful language, and I was just like, the guy behind the counter is gonna get to you in a minute. When he finishes with all of his friends. Like,
Oh my
they were gonna
God, I
kill each
forgot
other,
all
and
about
then he
that.
was gonna jump over the counter and beat his ass.
right.
That was
Yeah,
wild.
that was
Yeah.
So, notes for everybody, all the fans out there. If you see us at a Waffle House or a shawarma spot, know that we are in the middle of an adventure, probably continuing one.
And you might want
Yeah.
to whip your camera out because it's about
Yeah,
to get
dude,
good.
definitely. You want
And-
to see all this.
And two, if you see us on the way to a food place of any kind, you should follow us because we always have the good food hookup.
Yes, we do.
Especially me.
And if
Yes,
you're just
we do.
going out to karaoke, you probably want to come in and watch what happens.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, if you
Yeah.
see us about to do some karaoke, it's gonna get awesome.
Yo, it's seriously, guys, I
Or
don't
mobile,
do
guys.
karaoke. They do the karaoke because I'm laughing on the floor the whole time. Literally on the floor laughing. I think I fell in between like two slot machines laughing at these guys doing karaoke.
Street's dangerous.
was that at the Claremont Lounge?
They have
RIP.
slot machines?
No, that was
No, I know
No.
what you're talking about.
there are these gaming machines. I think this was in a town in the middle of America.
Where?
Yeah.
Oh, where was that?
What was that place that we went to?
Indianapolis, or was this
No.
it's Ohio? It was something Castle, right?
Wait, was this the spot in Virginia?
Oh wait.
No, the college town. No, that wasn't
Wait,
that.
That was
oh,
Radford.
Bloomington, Indiana. I
Was
mean,
it?
or Illinois, Bloomington, Illinois.
Maybe I think it might have been Bloomington.
That was the Castle Theater.
Sounds
Yes, I believe it
We did
was.
karaoke there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that had me on the floor.
Julio just is going mobile, and I am too because I got to take the kids home. So I'll be back on here on the phone in minutes.
We had a good talk tonight, though.
Yeah.
That's for the next episode.
By the way, guys, we did not get to our originally
Nope.
planned topic at all,
But
guys.
it's a really good one, so we're very excited that it's
Oh yeah,
coming.
we'll get back to that on another episode.
I don't even wait. What was it? I don't even remember what the topic was.
we can do a sneak preview. We're gonna tell people about jobs that we have previously had, and we'll sort of go around round robin with a bunch of interesting jobs.
Oh,
we
yeah.
have
That was a great idea. I want to say, just the fact that we didn't get to it aside, it was a great idea.
Well,
That's what y'all get for asking me questions, man.
yeah.
Shit, y'all know I don't shut the fuck up. Like,
Well, Toma
You should
Technology
learn
said he
it
could listen
on
to you
your
for
own.
days, and we thought, let's see if we can make that happen.
Man, the problem with you are, son, is just like you're just enjoyable to listen to.
Yeah, so interesting. Truly the voice of reason. Genuinely
Yeah.
the
I
think
person I call when
Our
I want to throw
agendas are
somebody out
turning
the
into
window.
the Lindsey Buckingham of the show.
Well, we're out of time.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So
Thank you, everybody, come back next week for Gangstagrass's previous jobs. It was the first vehicle we went to a show in, and what animal is, if they could talk, would be the rudest.
Oh,
That's
man.
great. March 19th, we're going to have special guest Eric K. Ward, director over at the Western State Center, to talk to us about a bunch of awesome stuff.
I love awesome stuff.
Yep.
That's
Awesome
great.
stuff is
Yeah.
cool. March
I'm partial to
19th.
awesome stuff.
That's 2 Fridays from now, which means we might do the jobs and the rude animals and the first car we went to a show in. I got a great one for that, by the way. Next Friday. We'll see. Tune in to see if we get to our intended topic.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
right.
Next Friday. And
Very nice.
tomorrow we've got another wrench.
Yes.
So more word salad. Tune in for the wrench stream and put random words in the chat, and Wrench will make an honest to goodness song out of them. It is very fun.
If
Nice.
if y'all want to put a random mode in the chat for mine, I was thinking about it. I was watching the Bourne movies again, right? And I was thinking about how I had just said that you never hear anything in the Phrygian mode. And I turn on the Bourne movies, and all of a sudden, in the little action scenes, the chase scenes, what do I hear? I hear bum 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 bum. Right? It's the Phrygian mode. There it is. It's
All
right
day.
there.
Danjo
Just
made a
waiting
whole
for you.
new mode in his last stream on Wednesday. A whole new one.
I
What was it?
maybe
The
did. I don't-
Mandalorian mode, I believe it was.
I don't want to claim that only
The
because like,
Mandalorian mode.
I bet that was just already there. I don't want to take too much credit on that, but
Daniel, if you're going to be talking modal music like that, you got to talk about Chrono Trigger at some point.
see, I'll embarrassingly admit to you now the fact that Chrono Trigger and I have not made the acquaintance. But
It's gonna be
but
very much
but
story.
I'll tell you, man. I frequent the video game music remix communities. Yeah, that exists.
Brandon was
and
just like, I'm
I've
out.
heard people say that Chrono Trigger is among the best in terms of music. So I do need to check that stuff out.
Banjo, I don't know what you're playing right now, but just as a gamer,
it's a Picto. You can't see it. Whoop 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 whoop
oh,
whoop.
you're doing it right now.
You can't. It's like a nonogram. It's anyway. Not Chrono Trigger. I can't play Chrono Trigger on my phone, but
You can. It is available for and it's a good port. It's a very good port.
yeah, I don't know, man. Playing
This is
stuff on the
definitely
phone.
not one of the topics we were trying to get to.
Nope.
You say that. Well, anyway, but just to tie it off, the Phrygian mode is absolutely present in the action theme in the Bourne movies. Whenever he's like on the move, like trying to run somebody down,
Mhm.
that's always the Phrygian mode there for you.
Music lessons on Wednesday from Danjo. We got Wrench coming up 3 p.m. Tomorrow, and Rand will be back Tuesday 9 p.m. for your favorite rappers. Always a good time.
And as we said at the start of the show, what's up with cats?
Oh man,
Oh,
Toxo.
should I grab my cat? I'm gonna grab my cat.
Just
Hold on.
wash your hands, man. Wash your hands every time.
You told me not to.
No, I know you did. That's too late now. Too late now.
Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you tomorrow. 3 p.m. Gangstagrass.tv.
Tomorrow.
Pharaoh's gone too. I'll just go. Should I go? I'll just go. I gotta go anyway.
Bye,
I'm just gonna go.
everybody.
Just gonna-
Okay. That's just his face.
Play him out, keyboard cat.
Hey.